So yeah, this is the React files. Let's have a little look at this, see what's going on.
Go up here, there's Trump, change that to a 1. It didn't beep at me, it didn't tell me I can't do it, it didn't tell me access denied, nothing. And now I'll rerun the report. And there you go. Joe Biden, 56,000, Trump, 31,000. So by changing two numbers with a few clicks of the keyboard and the mouse, I was able to flip an election using your gold standard election system. Can you believe this made it through testing? Now, was that really hard to find? It was right on the start button, right? Was it a hidden backdoor? No, it was right there. How do you think our testing labs missed that? Of course they're in on it. And you know the same testing labs, there's two, SLI and ProVNV. One of them is actually here in Colorado. Do you know that they test all our voting systems across the entire nation? Can you imagine if they missed this back door, what else they might have missed in the other systems? Are there any more back doors? There might be. So some people say, well, you'd have to be a SQL expert to be able to do what you did. And many people in this audience say, I couldn't do that. But if I taught you how to do it, you could do it, right? So someone could be trained. But everyone knows what a flash drive is, right? So watch this. I'm just going to plug this flash drive in here. And I'm not going to touch my keyboard. And watch what happens to the screen. What this is doing is it's pulling up a second backdoor utility that Dominion left on the system. And this is allowing it to pretend it's a keyboard. And it's going into the database right now, and it's flipping the numbers in the database just by plugging the flash drive in. Now, we know flash drives are used in a lot of our elections. Do you think our election officials are cybersecurity experts enough to know that a flash drive can change results of an election just by plugging it in? And there it is. It's gone. Now, I'm going to pull the results again. It just got flipped back. Biden, 31,000. Trump, 56,000. Just by plugging and driving. That's simple.
Welcome back with another banger. Hit that like, sub it up, go react files. Hit that like, sub it up, go react files.
If you're in England, over 50, and want some extra peace of mind, then listen up. Did you know English residents can be approved up to £10,000?
He seems like a cool guy, you know?
Dragons are real, and what they put in museums called dinosaurs are actually dragons. And the reason you were taught otherwise is because the truth was hidden on purpose. But a part of you remembers. There are dragon points within your own body. One of them is actually within your nose. And when you inhale and hit this point, you activate a fire energy, a dragon energy. Dragons are the ascended version of the serpent, and the serpent is the representation of the Kundalini within us. There are also dragon points on Earth, which are land points that hold the same fire, and these places are actually believed to be where dragons originated from. Giants were real too, by the way, but that's a story for another time. Dragons are the gatekeepers of other realities and dimensions, so the fact that they were made into a fairy tale makes sense, because a power this divine gets forgotten the moment people stop believing that it belongs to them. Dragon energy symbolizes divine will and self-empowerment. So as dragon energy reawakens on the planet, it's igniting a fire within us, bringing more wisdom and power into the consciousness of all. So there is not only physical scientific evidence that dragons once existed here on Earth, but many people also intuitively remember quite clearly of these times. Do you?
After looking at all of Roger Spur's work, I absolutely believe they were real. Shout out to Activation Vibration. That would be crazy if the dinosaurs were actually dragons in the museum with their wings cut off. Man.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I am going crazy. I thought if I released my security footage that, that would be it. Everyone would see that I wasn't making this up. But I'm reading the comments and I see that everyone thinks, I'm so crazy. And that this is a joke. And that I'm making it up, or that that's me. And people are saying that's me in a costume. this is a big flop. You know, I was just trying to get the information out, and I don't know. I guess
Why just invite him in for tea,
people don't want
cunt?
to believe that they won't believe. There are some of you. There are some of you that are on my side, and no, I'm not making this up. So I don't know. Maybe I just delete the account
Maybe you should just
and
stop talking, mate.
just try to forget that this happened. I delivered on what I said I was going to deliver on, but maybe that's not enough. So maybe we just end this. I don't know.
On September 23rd, 1953, when my father acquired the Bigfoot, on the second day, on the 24th, when they were loading up the last Bigfoot, taking him with them, this walked out of the water. I walked out of the water and collapsed in front of my father, his friend, and the hunting guide. And my father used the term, it wilted. And I said, what do you mean it wilted? And he said, it just ended up being like a pile of spaghetti. So they decided to take this with them. By the way, my father refers to this as the Martian. I referred to him as the Frogman. So they're going to take it with them. They were using ice on the Bigfoot. They had a long distance to travel. So they iced up all the Bigfoot body parts, and they did what they could do. They started icing up the Frogman. And my father said it started changing colors. And I said, what do you mean it was changing colors? And he said, like a mood ring. So they stopped putting ice on it. And I said, why did you stop putting ice on it? He said, well, we didn't even know what it was. Maybe it was going to blow up. So they salted it. They salted it like a fish. And it was the correct decision to make because, the Bigfoot are dried out now. This would be dried out. And it's been dried out longer than the Bigfoot, so it's preserved. One thing that I'd like to say is a lot of people are saying that this isn't real, and it is real, and the Bigfoot body parts and the Bigfoot, they're real. And people say that this is paper mache. Paper mache is hollow. This is not hollow. Sorry about that. The Frogman doesn't have a skeletal structure. The reason why I know this is because my dad said that when they would pick it up, if one person had one end and the other person had the other end, it would just bend like there's no skeletal structure. This is not a reptile. It's not a mammal.
This is hard to believe. First he had Bigfoot, now he has a Martian. Shout out to Peter Kane Dog Training. After watching a Franco publicity stunt, it's hard to believe something like this. Well, it's not hollow, but something that did stick out was the icing of the skin and how it started to turn a certain color, almost like a mood ring. I just found that very interesting. I'm staying open-minded. If more information comes out, we'll look back at this video and say he was telling the truth. Or do him like Franco and just say, yo, he's bugging.
There's some research that was done by a Russian scientist, Dr. Peter Garyev, and he called it the DNA phantom effect. What he did was he was testing scattered light, right? So light going through a vacuum, like a physical vacuum, where they took all of the air and the particles and everything out, and it was in the dark, and then they would just shine coherent laser light through it, and some kind of coherent radiation going through it, and then they'd see the scatter pattern. How did the light scatter? And when there was nothing in there, it was okay, nothing unexpected. It was a bit of a random scatter pattern. But then when they put a sample of DNA inside that vacuum chamber and then shone the light through it, they saw that the light, the photons, which are quantum particles, organized themselves in the double helix structure. Pretty amazing, right? Amazing. So the DNA was taking that information and giving it some form of structure and guidance. And so it arranged it, right? And it created this information that went into the quantum field. But what's even more fascinating than that is that when they took it out, they removed the DNA and then they shone the light through there. They didn't disturb the vacuum chamber in any other way. They just sort of took it out of that chamber. They didn't open it up or anything, but they just took it out of the chamber, and then they shone the light through there, and they saw the same effect. That's the phantom DNA. So they saw that the DNA kind of created an imprint, a memory into the quantum field that still influenced and informed that quantum field and the light as the light shone through it. That is amazing.
Look here. This isn't just an ordinary denture, but the globally popular Flexible Smart Custom Denture Kit. It's incredibly easy to use. Just soak it in hot water for 1 minute. It instantly activates in the hot water, becoming as soft as modeling clay. Next, simply place it into your mouth and gently bite down. This unique flexible material will automatically adapt and perfectly mold to the unique shape of your jawbone, creating a one-of-a-kind custom-made denture just for you. You no longer need to book expensive dental appointments or endure months of waiting. Today, you can easily create your own premium custom denture right at home. This isn't stiff plastic. It locks snugly against your gums. So natural, so secure. Talk, laugh, even jog, zero slipping, zero shifting, made with biosimulated material that mimics real tooth translucency and color. So realistic, even up close. No one will guess it's not your own teeth. Crunch into apples, sink your teeth into steak. Eat whatever you love, freely, confidently. It feels so light, so comfortable, you'll forget you're even wearing it, like your real teeth came back. And right now, we're cutting the price in half and giving you a second set free. 2 premium kits for the price of 1, plus 14 days to try risk-free. 90-day quality guarantee. If you're not thrilled, full refund, no questions. Tap the link below now. Reclaim your smile. The ad for were 1 best-selling upgraded silicone dentures. No dentist required. Tested by over 1,000 people, they fit 99% of users perfectly. Right now, it's the lowest price anywhere online. Made with patented adaptive silicone, they work whether you have gaps, missing teeth, receding gums, or just hated your old dentures. No more slipping, shifting, or embarrassing drops, ever. Put them in for just 1 second, and they instantly mold to your teeth, like they've always been there. Thanks to our pain-free, ultra-comfortable fit technology, the soft, flexible silicone hugs every unique tooth shape. No pressure, no rubbing, zero foreign body feeling. Eat with confidence. Bite into apples, chew ribs, crunch nuts. No fear of your dentures falling out. Real users with all kinds of mouth shapes and dental conditions tested them and confirmed whether you're eating, talking, or laughing out loud, even after hours of chewing, they stay locked in place. Finally, real chewing power is back. Infused with antimicrobial material, they're a breeze to clean. Just rinse or lightly brush. No special care needed for a full month, and absolutely no bad odors or sticky buildup. On major shopping sites, they've earned a 99% positive rating. Many users say long-term wear not only makes meals more enjoyable, but even improves facial balance. Others report lighter snoring, less jaw tightness, and noticeably relaxed muscles. This is the absolute lowest price online, and stock is flying off the shelves. Don't wait. Order now before they're gone. It installs and adjusts in a second thanks to its complex process, perfectly adapting to your teeth to instantly display a bright and healthy smile. This is the